Bears are enchanting and formidable animals found on 4 of the 7 continents: South America, North America, Europe, and Asia. They vary significantly in size and habitat, from the enormous polar bears of the Arctic to the small sun bears of Southeast Asia. In this guide, we'll explore all 8 bear species, their habitats, and uncover 7 stunning subspecies featuring a diverse array of color variations, such as the Tibetan Blue Bear and the completely white spirit bear. Let's jump in. Giant Panda. Giant pandas are the most distantly related species to other bears, easily recognized by their round faces, black and white coats, and stocky builds, weighing up to 275 pounds. Their diet consists almost entirely of bamboo, a low-nutrition food they consume for up to 16 hours a day, often while sitting upright. Historically, pandas inhabited much of Central and Southeast Asia, Myanmar, and northern Vietnam, but now they are limited to a few mountainous bamboo forests in central China. Naturally solitary, they maintain a small range of up to 6 square kilometers by marking trees with their scent. Though classified as vulnerable, giant pandas are protected and cherished in China, where bamboo corridors have been created to facilitate their movement between mountain ranges. Giant Panda. The Giant Panda was only recognized as a subspecies in 2005, making it the second recognized subspecies after the nominate one. Named after the Giant mountain range, these pandas are extremely rare, with an estimated 1 to 300 left in the wild. They have a striking brown coat, are slightly smaller, and display the same behaviors as regular pandas. Spectacled bear. The spectacled bear gets its name from the black markings around its eyes, which are encircled in white, although this pattern varies among individuals. Native to the Andes in South America, it's the continent's only bear species, primarily inhabiting cloud forests at high elevations. Weighing up to 440 pounds, these medium-sized bears are excellent climbers and often relax in treetops. Unlike most bears, they don't hibernate due to a consistent food supply. A famous spectacled bear is Paddington, who arrived in London as a stowaway from darkest Peru, sent by his Aunt Lucy. Sloth bear. Sloth bears are slow-moving animals with poor eyesight and hearing, but an excellent sense of smell for locating termites and ants, which they suck up through their long snouts, making a sound audible from nearly 200 meters away. They inhabit the tropical forests and grasslands of southern Asia, primarily in India. These bears have long, shaggy fur and often display a white V-shaped mark on their chest, which may be absent in Sri Lanka. Breeding occurs in early spring, and after a gestation of about 210 days, they usually give birth in winter. Cubs ride on their mother's back until they can fend for themselves, becoming independent in 24 to 36 months. Like the panda and spectacled bear, sloth bears are currently listed as vulnerable. Sun bear. The sun bear, the smallest bear species, typically weighs up to 140 pounds and stands about 70 centimeters tall at the shoulder. Like sloth bears, they hunt termites, bees, and earthworms, using their long tongues to aid in feeding. Exceptional climbers, sun bears often sleep several meters above the ground and are considered the most arboreal bears. They inhabit tropical forests across South and Southeast Asia, from India to Borneo and Sumatra, and do not hibernate. Unfortunately, they're thought to be the rarest bear species, with estimates suggesting fewer than 1,000 remain in the wild. Asiatic black bear. The first bear in the Ursus genus is the Asiatic black bear, often resembling the American black bear, but with longer neck hair and a distinct white moon-shaped mark on its chest. This species, also known as the moon bear or white-chested bear, has a wide range, extending from Iran through the Himalayas to East and Southeast Asia, including northern Siberia and southern Thailand. They are excellent climbers, using trees for feeding, resting, and avoiding larger predators like leopards, tigers, and wolves. In the northern regions, these bears hibernate in dens during winter, relying on their fat reserves until spring. American black bear. Let's start with the American black bear, classified as least concern in conservation status. They are the third largest bear species, weighing up to 600 pounds, and their range spans from Alaska and Newfoundland to parts of Mexico and Florida. Interestingly, while eastern black bears are typically black, Over 90% of those in the West can have brown or blonde coats. In Alaska, you can find the rare glacier bear with a silver-blue coat. As omnivores, they primarily eat fruits and nuts, but also hunt large mammals like moose calves and deer fawns. Fun fact: bears aren't true hibernators. Their body temperature doesn't drop during dormancy, but they do spend winter in a den, emerging in spring 15 to 30% lighter. Cinnamon bear. The first black bear subspecies we'll explore has a unique appearance, often mistaken for grizzlies due to its light cinnamon coat. Some researchers believe this coloration evolved to mimic grizzlies, helping these bears deter wolves and other predators. Interestingly, eastern brown black bears may use their coat for camouflage to hide from grizzlies, which are not present on the East Coast. Coyote bear. The spirit bear, a magical subspecies of black bear native to British Columbia, Canada, is the province's official animal and holds great significance for indigenous communities. Often mistaken for an albino black bear, its white coat results from a genetic mutation that inhibits melanin production. Not all Kermode bears are white. Some still have the gene for a black coat. There are estimated to be 100 to 500 spirit bears, representing about 10 to 20% of the population in certain areas. Brown bear. The grizzly bear, or brown bear, is the second largest bear species in North America, following the polar bear. Some Kodiak bears in Alaska can weigh up to 1,500 pounds. They inhabit a wide range across the Northern Hemisphere, with populations in Europe, the Middle East, the Himalayas, Russia, Alaska, Canada, and northern U.S. There are 17 subspecies with various color morphs. Unlike black bears, brown bears have a distinctive shoulder hump, indicating their strength. Mating occurs around May or June, with females giving birth during hibernation in winter and emerging in spring with 2 to 3 cubs. The Kamchatka brown bear, found on Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, is a particularly large subspecies known for its dark coat and high population density, thanks to abundant salmon. These bears can weigh up to 1,500 pounds, rivaling Alaska's Kodiak bears, and can roam up to 1,100 square kilometers in search of food. Himalayan brown bear. The Himalayan brown bear, or Himalayan red bear, is an endangered subspecies of brown bear, characterized by its lighter color and longer fur, which helps it stay warm in its cold habitat. This bear inhabits the Himalayan mountain range in Central Asia, where it forages for food on snowy slopes. Omnivorous by nature, it consumes grasses, roots, and other vegetation, along with mammals like goats and sheep, before hibernating in October. While brown bears as a whole are not endangered, the Himalayan brown bear is critically threatened and protected in several countries within its range. Syrian brown bear. The light-colored subspecies of brown bears, known for their unique white claws, can weigh up to 550 pounds, making them the smallest of the brown bears, about a third the size of their Alaskan and Kamchatkan relatives. Once found in Syria, they are now extinct there and are more common in other parts of the Middle East and the Caucasus. These bears inhabit mountainous areas across various forests, including Mediterranean, deciduous, and coniferous, where they forage for fruits, seeds, and small mammals. Tibetan blue bear. The rarest subspecies is rarely seen in the wild, primarily black and white. Their unique guard hairs create a grayish-blue hue, especially on their muzzles. They inhabit the Tibetan Plateau, at the base of the Himalayas, the tallest mountain range. Although their characteristics and behaviors are among the least studied of bear species, they typically live 20 to 30 years in the wild and hunt various mammals, particularly pikas. The polar bear. The polar bear is the largest bear species, slightly larger than Kodiak bears, both weighing over 1,500 pounds. Their size comes from a diet primarily consisting of seals, unlike other bears that eat a mix of meat and vegetation. Found only in the Arctic regions of Alaska, Canada, Northern Europe, and Russia, they are also known as white bears, sea bears, or ice bears. Their Latin name, marinimus, means of or pertaining to the sea, reflecting their affinity for sea ice. Initially thought to be two subspecies in North America and Siberia, this has been disproven. Mating occurs in spring, with males fiercely competing for females. During summer, Females eat to gain weight for hibernation, often increasing by over 400 pounds. Cubs are born between November and February, weighing around 2 pounds, and emerge from the den in spring at 20 to 35 pounds. They stay with their mother for 2 to 3 years and start breeding at 5 or 6. Currently, polar bears are listed as vulnerable due to habitat loss from climate change. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn about wild dogs, check out this video. You can also click here to explore Relatives, a series on fascinating animal families.